Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weapons Part 2. If you've not seen Weapons Part 1, that is also up on the YouTube live channel. And people did not take Weapons Part 1 seriously. There was a lot of clowning, there was a lot of non seriousness. And to make up for that, I have made today's questions very, very tough. So let's see if Miss Bomdehi can do anything today. I don't know. Here we have Gangster
I
Shweta.
can try and make jokes, but
Returning
not
after
commit.
very long.
Okay. Gangster Shweta has been watching 1 month of Big Boss, so she is
Yes,
in a fried mental state.
very
Uh,
friendly.
Here we've got Nishant, who might know something today. I don't know. I don't know. After his performance last time, I'm not too sure. We have a new entrance, Mr. Soda, who is an expert in weaponry, so he would probably know something. And we have Keetan, who's a very good boy. He's studied and come, so he's going to know everything today. The weaklings are in orange. The other people are in blue. It is a color coded theme today. Uh, why is Mrs. V in the chat? Oh, that is not Mrs. V. That
That
is
is
Mrs.
technically
V.
Mrs. V. That is Mrs. V.
Mr.
No, if I
V.
am, yeah, that is Mr. V.
That is Mr.
Mrs.
V.
is Mrs. is ownership. No, patriarchy says that attachment of names. So he's like that. Is
Got
Mrs.
it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Male bonding happening. Nishant did very well. Okay. Okay. We've got fan club rooting here, rooting for gangster Shweta.
I
And
have
we've
no
got
fan club.
a very deluded person here saying prizes for winning. Really? Really? If you want prizes for winning, Omar, you should go to places where they charge you for paying. Okay, I'm not going to take any
Also,
names.
also,
But
I'm
there
just
are,
saying that even on the most serious quiz that was on her podcast, Kajal promised a prize. There has been no contact about giving the prize.
why don't you try to survive this quiz before you ask for any prizes?
I was
Now,
not part of the other one, but cool.
yes, yes. Now we're going to be having the sequence as Vedehi, Gangster Shweta, Nishant, Soda, Keetan. Vedehi, are you ready for your first question?
Absolutely not, but go ahead.
All right. In ninja movies, okay, ninjas have this particular weapon called the caltrop. That's a CALTROP. Which part of their opponent's body are the caltrops designed to affect?
Is this the star?
It is a star. Very good. Yes,
It's
carry
the
on.
it's the throwing star, right? Pete, I was going to say all the parts of the body, but I guess that's wrong. So maybe neck, like hit the carotid.
Okay. That is a wrong answer. Okay, but she still got half the question right, so I'm going to give that to her. Omar, you have to join the Telegram group. I will give you the link later. All right. We're going to pass the question to Shweta. Shweta, in the caltrop, which is a star-shaped weapon that the ninjas used, which part of the opponent's body is it meant to affect?
See, my first thought was whichever part you can manage to hit. But
Hmm.
That was my answer
yeah.
also.
but if it's not the neck, then I think the back.
This is a very no, it's not the back. And Madhuvanti Rajkumar seems to have some very particular, I don't know, kinks. It
Is
is
that,
not.
that and that is not his wife, right? His wife has got some other name.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Why
That's the only
do
differentiator. No, yeah, 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 yeah. Sure, sure. Weapons Part 3. I will not be there, like in the world.
Question passes to Nishan.
Um, Eyes.
Not the eyes. Okay, I will give you a hint now. The weapon is not aimed at the opponent. It is not thrown at the opponent. It is thrown on the floor. Fuck, I've given away the answer.
Okay.
Question passes to Soda.
Okay, so this is that whole smoke bomb type item, na?
Okay, I've not given away
No.
the answer. Question passes
You
to
have.
Ketan.
स्टार शेप्ड आइटम को फ्लोर पे मारेंगे तो
My doubt only got passed, dude. Like, like no doubt. Next.
this happens to me more often than not. I'm glad it's happening to someone else.
Ketan, take your guess.
Wait, he seriously doesn't get a second chance. Okay.
No, he doesn't.
No, no, don't worry.
Uh,
कीर्तन, they are घर की मुर्गी. You're only बाहर का मुर्गी. So it's okay. You'll
okay.
get 3 chances.
You're the
So,
dal.
Oh
uh,
God.
yeah, since it's on the floor, I'll say that it's just meant to hurt your foot.
Yes, the soles of the feet, that is correct. And James Bond's car also does a similar thing. It drops these caltrops on the back to affect the tires of other cars. Yes. All right. Not bad. Not bad.
My answer was going to be feet after clarification, but it's okay. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Okay.
Nice.
We're now coming to Gangster Shweta's question. All right. Which weapon, okay, which is it's a throwing. It looks like a frisbee. Um, were used by Indians. I want the name of the weapon.
Like the Sudarshan Chakra.
Yes, it could be. Yes, yes, yes. But I don't think it was sent by the finger. It was sent with a full
Huh.
hand.
That's what she said. Sorry. It was right there, dude.
Okay, I would like to inform all the dedicated quizzers in the audience to go elsewhere. This is not going to be a good night. Okay, go on, Shweta. What's the answer?
Expectations Kajal had at the beginning.
Oh my god, this is weapons of mass destruction. Okay. Uh, javelin. I don't know.
Very good, very good, very good. Passing it to Nishant.
These are the steel thalis used to destroy Corona.
You also, Nishant. You also. You were doing so good, but you also joined this. Okay.
I don't know. I'll pass only, or I mean, I'll ask for a
Would
hint.
you have
Anything either.
answered like this if you had paid $1,500 to be here? Would you have given this answer?
You'd have thrown $1,500 also like the weapon.
Okay, I'm going to pass this question to Soda.
So this is a circular object. It is technically meant for throwing, but maybe
Yes.
that's not what it was used like. I might not know the name, but I think this is one of the things in the arsenal of Sher-e Punjab.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Yeah.
They have a similar weapon, but I want the name of the weapon.
Since my knowledge does not go beyond the 6 Ks, I don't think it's one of them. So I will pass.
5?
But I
No.
know
5, no? Not
Yeah,
6.
it's 2023.
Ah.
They might have included one.
I'm going to pass it to Keetan. Keetan, don't join them, Keetan. You know the answer. You give me the answer. You don't get infected with this.
Yeah, I wish I could help you. I actually don't know the answer to this.
This is biological warfare. Don't get infected by us.
Saurabh, why don't you come and play? Why don't you come and play? This answer is Chakram. The answer is Chakram. Does it
what
make
But
sense?
she
is-
said Sudarshan Chakra.
Yeah, but
He said
M was not
Sudarshan.
there. No.
Huh. But I was not specific enough.
What is this North Indian, South Indian divide? Chakra and Chakram are just
okay, right.
This is just snobbishness from a Srinivasan.
Also, the North Indian South Indian divide is known as Goa. By the way.
But sure.
You know. Okay, I'm gonna come now to Nishant's question.
Nishant's question.
Okay, Nishant. In the old days of sieges, when you had a city which was under siege, the besieging army used a biobomb with a certain insect. What insect did they use as these biobombs?
Insect.
Yes.
And how, like, any time frame, like, kab ki baat? Like, how old is this?
Oh, it's actually it was used years and years ago. Like it's from the beginning of warfare.
Okay. I mean, cockroaches are disgusting. Cockroach.
Cockroach. Okay.
How do
Uh,
you gather them?
you can gather them. That's not the
कुछ तो
problem.
you can like breed also ऐसे आराम से रख के घर पे.
Okay. No, not cockroach. I'm going to pass it
Not
to
cockroach.
Soda.
So my guess would be maybe locusts, so that like it
The
also
crop.
affects agriculture. So even if you survive the war, हम तुम खाने के लिए रोटी नहीं मिलेगा type of vibe.
And how do you roam around with a swarm of locusts? How does the
Oh,
army roam around with it?
I thought they released them. It's
Yeah,
not.
but you have to roam around. It has to come from somewhere, no? You can't roam around with a million locusts.
Yeah, see, my screenplay just included them saying locust, jao, just as the wind blows, wolo, jao.
Soda is making only a reel. You're making a full movie. उसका screen play
Keaton,
limited है 30
Keaton,
seconds.
Keaton, think. Okay, now you have.
That was
You
not even
have.
a reel. That was a vine of 7 seconds.
Let me talk to Keaton. He's the only one listening. Keaton, you're a besieging army. Okay, you have catapults. What insect do you put in your catapult and send it over?
I mean, I have two guesses. Both are pretty similar.
Mhm.
I'm thinking either bees or wasps.
Bees are correct. Bees are correct. Okay.
Wait, so if we
Biobomb.
can't, अच्छा bees as in वो पूरा छत्ता लेके घूमते थे.
हाँ, basically छत्ता फेंक के मारा.
छत्ता फेंक दिया था. Got it. ठीक है.
Yes. Yeah.
I was thinking on some lines of malaria inducing or that kind
हाँ,
of.
so
See, my-
during the
Because-
Black Death, they would send उनके dead soldiers through catapults.
Yes.
Yes, Baba.
Yes.
That was the next question. Thanks, Nishant. Why? Why would you do this? Okay.
I said this was a nice.
Pre-espionage honey
What,
traps.
you don't like monetization or what? What fuck and dick happening?
Okay. Soda, we're going to come to your
Yes.
question now. Okay. Since Nishant has already answered it, I'm going to have to look for another question.
Nishant is using this weapon.
Okay. Now, Soda,
Yeah.
in the old days, in the times of ancient civilizations, when you went to a certain country and you attacked them, their ships would unleash fire on you that could not be put out. It was actually naphtha, which we believe to be naphtha. But what was the fire called in those days?
Oh. What the fire was called? Okay.
Yeah.
And then my substances have not yet kicked in.
Can I get like a
I don't do
general
substance.
geography?
Listen, if I give you the geography, I've answered the question. Okay. It's very famous, this fire.
Okay.
Is
So
it
they
from
have.
Game of Thrones?
I was thinking the same thing.
It was not in Game of Thrones. Soda,
What the fire is called? I don't know. Like, from what you're saying, it might be an English Anglo-Saxon word, maybe. But give some hint. Now.
I can't. It is a very famous fire. It is connected to a country. It was known, they were known to use it. And the recipe was closely guarded, so nobody else got it.
Connected to a country.
Okay, so I don't know, but my answer is Fire Nation. Avatar fans, please assemble in the chat. Please keep that take over.
I know the answer.
Keaton, go for it.
Yeah, even I like Avatar, but I don't know what to do with the previous ones. Okay, so the country, I'm pretty sure it's Greece. I've forgotten the word itself, though. I'm just blanking out now. I'll say Asian fire. I don't think it is that. I've just forgotten the word.
Power.
This is just so ironic.
I know this is power. Can I give the answer?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Vedai.
Ethan, it's Greek fire.
Yeah, it's Greek. Oh, good God.
Wow.
There was an app
I don't.
translation to this.
I'm coming now
Chai
to.
tea weapons edition.
Okay, now Keetan, I'm coming to you. This is a very serious question. It's a very good question. Okay. Now, in the old days of battle, when the infantry was standing in front of you, okay, and you had to get your horses to break through the infantry, often the horses refused to charge into a crowd. Now, to solve this problem, um, the the Romans developed a certain I wouldn't call it a weapon, I would call it a vehicle which would solve this problem. Can you tell me what this vehicle was? It became very famous because it was in a very famous movie.
I feel like the movie has to be Gladiator, but I don't remember.
Gladiator was not the standard of all things Roman. We have to go far back for that.
Also,
Where
Gladiator
will
is
it
like
be?
one-on-one mostly, or
Yeah,
entertainment
there was no
Yeah.
piece.
war in that. Right?
This is like Troy or something, I imagine. Though I have not seen the film, I'm just
Let him
guessing.
answer. It's his question. Ketan.
It's
So it's
community.
it's the name of some specific vehicle that was used.
Yes, yes, yes.
Chariot, but can't think of a name.
The chariot is correct. Now, what was added to the chariot to become a weapon?
So the chariot went first, and then the horses were sent behind. Or
And
something
then
like
who was pulling the chariot?
that. Ah,
Ketan, you were
Ethan
very,
was
very
only
intelligent in
about to
yesterday's
answer
quiz
that
when you
question.
were in the audience.
Wait,
My
so
imagination was going
the chariot itself predates the Romans, right? The Romans added something to it.
Yes, they added
Huh.
something to it.
I'll pass.
Okay, Ben-Hur is a movie.
Ben Hur
Okay,
is
now
the movie, yeah.
yes, yes. Now, okay, if Keetan is going to pass, we are coming now
I
to.
have not seen Ben Hur.
Okay, the Trojan horse is not the right answer. Okay, Vedahi, what was
Um,
added to the chariot?
to make it easier for the horses to not see what they were going into.
That way you could blindfold the horse, but the horses knew what they were going into. So, how did they manage it?
Okay.
Horses were involved, the chariot was involved. What was added to the chariot to manage to disperse the infantry without making the horses run into them?
Was there like I will not know names and stuff, but like was there like an attachment in the front with spikes so that the army would fuck off?
Attachment was there, it was not in the front because in the front the horses are there. So, where was the attachment?
No, in um, the attachment was on the sides
Where on the sides?
at the wheels.
Yes, exactly. It was called a scythe chariot, where there was a 1 meter long scythe attached to the wheels. So the horses could go on the side of the infantry, but they still managed to plow down the infantry with this scythe.
I
Finally,
thought the
finally,
movie Bahubali because there are these spinning things on the side. Have,
okay.
have you
Speed
seen
Racer also has something like that in one of his
Speed,
body.
Speed
Where,
Racer?
where? Speed. All right. We're coming now to where the
Welcome to
question.
the gang, Kirtan.
Yes, Speed
Yeah.
Racer.
We have successfully completed one round of questions.
Okay. Now, we're coming.
Took us only 20 minutes.
Yes. Yes. We're coming now to the gun question. Okay. Do you know what a silencer is? It's not the question. I'm just asking you.
I know what a silencer is. It makes the dish cam not happen.
Okay. Now, a silencer is actually called a suppressor by professionals. Why is that?
Because it doesn't completely make it silent. It goes dish cam.
Um, so, so no, in theory, you are correct. So, if the gunshot was, say, 155 decibels, how much would the silencer reduce it to?
I'm going to say like 75, which is still like very loud and makes your eardrums go bomb.
75. Okay.
But still, 75.
Okay. I'm going to pass it to
Nishant is going
Shweta.
to get the right answer.
Yes.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna
Yeah,
pass this
because
to
it's a
Shweta.
number question. But I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
pass
go with 20 decibels quickly and
20
move to
decibels.
Nishant.
20 decibels. Okay, Nishant, how many decibels?
The actual gunshot was how many decibels?
155. 55. 155.
120. 120.
120. Passing to Soda.
35.
35. Passing to Keetan.
I'll say 5.
So
Okay.
only dogs.
It reduces it from 155 to 135. It's not a
Closest.
big reduction.
Why? Why is it
How?
always
Why not just
Nishant?
ask it to him? Why can't you just ask these questions directly to him and save on time?
Okay.
Because this
So,
quiz is free and fair.
correct. Okay, okay. My question to all of y'all now is, if a silencer only reduces it from 155 to 135 decibels, which is a very low reduction, why do we use it at all? Soda.
So that
Something is better than nothing.
shoot करने
Soda.
वाले का
Soda.
Because then it doesn't sound like a gunshot. It sounds like something else, and maybe then it is like calling less attention to it.
Okay. Vaidehi, what were you saying?
saying so that the person who is shooting uska kaan na baje.
Exactly. That's the only reason the silencer was used. It was not used to cover the sound of a gunshot at all. It's a
Movies.
Yeah, the movies got it wrong because the police thought that the mafia would use it to cover their illegal activities. So they restricted the sale of silencers, which is why silencers are very expensive today. There's no reason for them to be. Okay. We're now coming to Gangster Shweta's question. Okay. Now, Shweta, you have seen sword fights in movies. Okay. The two opponents regularly, like they clang their swords together. Have you seen that? Clang, clang,
Yeah.
clang, clang.
Yeah.
What does happen in a normal sword fight?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Okay. I'm going to pass the question to Nishant.
What's the question again? Sorry.
I
They
missed
do
the
the clang clang. What's the
Yes.
question?
The question is, what does happen in a normal sword fight?
So would the swords have contact?
So much contact. Yes.
So much contact.
So, would this happen? Ka answer is either yes or no, and she said yes. So I'll say no.
But you'll have to justify your answer by telling me why no.
ठीक है. The blade, the edge of the sword would get damaged, and it might
Yes, exactly.
like break
Exactly.
only. है ना?
Exactly. And the whole reason why, okay, so when you have to block a sword attack, what else do you use to block it?
A shield.
Shield.
Yes, a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shield. So basically, the whole point is that you don't clang your blades together because swords break. So in a real sword attack, you would duck and avoid the being skewered, or take it on your shield.
Okay.
The
Apparently,
only
real
thing
sword
sharper
fight.
than a sword is Nishant Kadim.
Okay. Keetan, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying that apparently real sword fights used to last only seconds.
Okay.
I read this somewhere, but nowhere close to what is depicted in movies.
Okay.
Because they don't have action choreography, in real sword fights.
I like how the clown panel is still trying their best. I'm not going to let you on. The questions are going to be tough. Okay. All right. Nishant, your question coming up. Okay. In the Matrix, they had scenes with people, with Neo, with other people shooting two guns at the same time. Okay. How effective is shooting two guns at the same time versus using one gun?
Assuming that the target is single.
Well, they don't assume that the target is single. They do double
No,
shooting
if
targets.
no. I am shooting at a single target. Na, that's what I'm
You
asking.
can.
Like,
You can.
है ना? Because if it's a
You
crowd, shooting
Could
two
be
guns
married
is twice
also.
as effective. है ना? If I'm shooting at 100 people, if I'm shooting two guns at the same time, it's twice as effective.
Basically, if you're going to take a random shot, yes, then two guns is
है ना?
effective.
Yeah.
But
Otherwise, two guns. No, I'd say less effective.
Less effective. Why?
Um, because I'll think. एक second.
I think we should all go for paintball after this quiz to study how guns work.
And we will play paintball, which
I mean, with the other hand firing as well, you don't get to aim either gun properly, and the recoil
Yes.
in both hands affects your stability. थोड़ा बहुत.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Like with,
right.
है ना?
And the most important thing is you can't reload with both your hands occupied. So which is why in the Matrix they ditch the guns.
yeah, and also you would just get hit in the face with every shell casing.
But it
Inside.
would be twice as effective if you wanted to go backwards fast.
Right. Okay. Kirtan, you were doing so well. You were doing so well. I have respect for you. I would
Welcome,
call it that.
Ketan. Welcome to the
Kirtan
dark
has
side.
entered the matrix.
Yeah. Seriously, it is.
Welcome, welcome, Kirtan. We appreciate other people in this crowd.
Okay.
Now, Kajal doesn't have choices between sane contestants and us. He has
I
to take.
I am now going to come to Soda's question. Soda, very important question for you. Ancient Greeks and Romans used to use a plant called hellebore, Hellebore. What was the purpose of this plant in warfare?
ऐसा तीर पे हल्के से थोड़ा मसाला लगा के poison.
Very good, very good. That's a perfectly right, only right answer which has come out of this quiz
Assassin's
so
Creed
far.
Odyssey खेला है मैं.
Only right
I
answer
gave
was
right. Wait, I
Oh,
gave right answers to my question.
okay.
literally the previous. एक second,
Okay,
एक
okay,
second.
okay,
Literally the previous question. Literally the previous question was mine.
Okay,
I
okay.
like that even when I answer right, nobody gives me attention. Good. I am grounded and humbled.
Okay, we've got one properly answered question today. Three. Okay, whatever. Three. Okay. Now,
Also, I stand by that Shweta said chakra and you said chakram, and that's the difference, and that is not a difference.
I think
We'll fight it on Telegram wedding. Never mind.
now, Ketan,
Power
concentrate. Okay. Now Soda has spoken about poisoned arrows. Okay, but there was also flaming arrows, arrows with fire on them. What was used on the tip of the arrow to make them have this flame?
I'd say rags dipped in oil or something.
Too complex. Okay, because the rags could fly out or whatever. They needed something which would stick to the arrow and retain the flame. You can try again.
Okay, this is not a joke answer. I'm just trying it anyway. Cow dung?
It's okay. I won't shout at you. I know that these people are the ones involved in corrupting you. I know that you're not this person.
No, I
I've
mean,
already thought of
like-
two ideas on how this could be
Ketan,
funny.
just don't ignore them. Tell me the answer. Tell me the answer, Ketan.
just dung. I mean, dried dung burns.
Dung.
Yeah,
Did you
cow-
say
Come on, that's a
dung?
joke answer.
How
Come
done?
on, man.
इसको तो orange t-shirt अभी तो orange.
that is
Dung.
not only a good answer, it is a good answer.
Okay.
It's the
You know
worst shit
what?
answer so far.
Where they,
And Kajal thought only we gave shit answers.
yeah, I know. I agree with you. Okay, whether you go for it. What is your answer?
Okay, so it's not rags dipped in oil because it will fly off.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ishan. I love you too.
Somebody
Answer.
trying other arrows.
Okay, so it's not rags dipped in oil.
No.
Also, but the thing is, wax doesn't burn by itself. It needs a
Yeah.
same problem. It needs a wick, so it can't be
Yes.
wax.
Mm.
So it's not wax. It's not? Is it camphor?
Camphor. That is a good. It's actually it's not even a. I mean, I'm just happy that you're speaking English, but no, it's not the right answer. I'm going to pass it.
How did How
I'm gonna
does
pass it.
English make a difference?
No, it's just like bum chiki bum bum was not English. Okay, Shweta, can you? What is the answer?
I have just come out of Big Boss, so my answer is you take the arrow, you dip it in
What?
kerosene. You take the arrow, you dip it in kerosene, you string it on the bow, and then you take a lighter, a cigarette lighter, and go like that.
No, they generally did try that. But the problem is that just throwing water on those arrows would have extinguished them. So they did not. It was not effective. So what did they use to make the fire more effective? I'm gonna pass this to Nishant.
I have no idea. I was thinking of as a dip karke and all, and wax wala logic also was the same thing. No
Okay.
idea. No idea.
Okay. Okay. Soda, we are coming to you. You are the last hope for this question.
So I'm thinking something that has a lower burning point so that it continues to burn as it
Yes, yes,
flies.
yes, yes. And it's also
And
sticky. Sticky, sticky.
sticky, and also is like oxygen. What is sticky and burns?
Okay, I have a
Think
serious
road,
answer: animal fat.
animal fat.
No,
Again,
but
it is
animal
not.
fat has a high burning point. It will
Yes,
burn much
yes,
faster.
yes, yes, yes.
But
Think
tasty death.
road.
Uh,
Think road.
Road. Tar.
Tar. Tar is
Tar.
a good
Just came
guess.
to me out of nowhere. Just a creative guess. I took a
Uh,
shot in the dark, if you know.
With an arrow, with a
Yes.
flame on it.
Yeah. I will
okay, it
change
is
my name
tar.
to Tir Mar Khan.
It's tar or resin. They got resin from the sap of
Yes.
trees. Yes. So that is what they used. Okay. Whose question am I on? Am I on Vedi's question?
Yep.
Yes, you are on my question.
All right. Now, um, in a village, okay, which is somewhere near modern day Turkey, two armies at different times in history got totally finished in that village because they stopped there and they raided the village and they found a treat which they all ate and totally got like weirded out. Like the whole armies are behaving really weird. What was this treat that finished two armies?
See, if I say my actual guess, she's not going to believe it's an actual guess. That's the problem with this quiz, by the way. She never
Okay.
believes us.
Okay, I will believe you. I will believe you. Tell me what. Tell me what the guess is.
Bhang.
Bhang. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
In
know English
modern day
word.
Turkey. Uh,
Why bhang can be everywhere in the world? I don't know. They have similar temperature and all.
okay. It is not a booze item. Okay, because the army would never overindulge on booze, so it was not a booze item. They really thought they were having a treat. You can take
Mushrooms?
another mushrooms. Okay. No, I'm gonna pass this to Shweta.
I hope
So
you
they
noticed real guesses.
actually had tree, like produce from a tree.
Treat, but treat, not a tree.
Acha, treat.
Huh.
Okay. Treat.
This is not a paid quiz.
Uh, uh, some, I don't know, some animal that
Okay.
was not roasted or cooked properly.
Good guess, good guess. But let's say so you found an abandoned village. Okay, what is the
Hmm.
street that would be in this village, which would have survived for a long time? Meat would not have. I'm going to pass this to Nishant.
Saurabh needs to join the quiz and be part of these panels.
Yes. But
Baklava is not the right answer. It is a very simple treat. Nishant.
A very simple treat.
I have a guess.
But it's too late. Nishant.
So it is some as a normally edible food item that has gone
Yes.
bad a bit.
It's not gone bad. So this food item can be made from various ways, and
Okay.
it just happened to turn hallucinogenic.
Guess. I have a guess.
क्या होता है? Nutmeg.
Nutmeg. That's a good guess. Nutmeg is a very big hallucinogen, but you can't have that much of it to make yourself high.
My guess
I'm
was going to be they were having idli and they sprinkled
Ah.
gunpowder, but it was
I was
actual
also gonna
gunpowder.
say 50.
You know, Nishant. You I'm gonna keep you apart from these people. You had promise. You had promise. Soda,
When?
Back in
When?
episode 10.
I
We
I
had
have seen
promise.
episode. I've seen every episode, and never has Nishant shown promise like Ethan does.
Huh, no, no. That is
Nishant,
too much.
I do recommend you try breakfast at Murugan Idli.
oh God, just answer the question, Soda.
Okay, so
Soda,
I
I
am
have a clue
thinking
for you.
because
I
it's a
have a
treat.
clue.
Yes, give
I
Sorry.
me.
have a clue. It is a simple treat, is what she said. Okay, and it is something that with adai your grandmother could give you.
Okay, good one. So I was thinking it had like I was not thinking it might be alcohol because I'm guessing back then also haram was a thing.
She is,
So
yeah.
maybe jaggery or like something that they could mill baat ke khao types.
You're very close. You're very
Sugar
close. Sugar in those times.
became cocaine. That was my theory.
What? What do you have with
Kirtan.
adai?
Kirtan, what do you have with
What
Adai?
is
Just give me
adai?
the answer. Huh, Kirtan.
Adai is
I
1.5.
got thrown off track by the uh, ghee. I don't know.
Ghee in Turkey, in a village in Turkey, in those days, in what, 500 AD or whatever,
Oh,
ghee.
Can I
uh,
just give my answer,
No,
please?
honey.
you
No,
cannot.
wait, Kirtan is trying.
I think you should give Kirtan an orange t-shirt. This is the second answer, which is right.
Kirtan,
Is
think
it
of it.
honey?
In those, yes, it is honey. Yes, it is
Ah, okay.
honey.
That was actually my first guess. I got thrown off by the.
I know. We're going to throw them out soon. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So what was up with the honey?
The bees made the honey from rhododendron, which turned hallucinogenic. The flower itself
Oh,
is, yes. So
Nishant, the answer was honey.
two armies.
Sorry, he
Uh,
came in.
One was 100 years ago. Okay, the Hoplite army and the Roman army both got totally ruined at this village. The whole army got stoned, and some people died in different times of history. Okay, now that we've come to the end of the quiz and hardly answered any questions, I'm going to now give questions to everybody.
But also, whether he learned an important lesson, clues don't really work on me.
I tried to give you the most hyper specific time clue I could come up with, okay?
Okay,
Like nobody else on this panel knows adai except you.
Yeah, but I thought, yeah, I was close.
Okay. Now, think of the scenario, okay? You are in a very cold place. You have nothing with you to generate any heat like wood or, you just have your lighter and you have a stick of C4 plastic explosive. Can you light up the C4 plastic explosive to give yourself warmth? Yes or no?
No.
No, but I think you can eat it because it will induce a fever, and that's how, like in the
we have a
World War and
what?
all,
C4
C4.
explosive, plastic
Okay,
explosive. And you have
and
a lighter.
a modern day lighter,
Yeah.
and I want to light up the bomb, the
You
Would you
won't
C4.
light it
eat.
up? Would you light it
You
up to warm yourself?
Oh, would I?
If you
Uh,
wanted to stay warm for the rest of your very short life,
For
then
the rest
sure.
of the life? No. Okay. That's a good point. But it's still not the right answer. Would you warm yourself up with lighting the C4?
does do C4s even produce heat or do they just produce death?
No, they produce heat. You have something called a bursting cap or whatever that is. That you
They
insert that,
produce
and then
heat.
that's the thing that makes
It
it go.
produces heat. It's a reaction that produces heat. But the thing is, would you light it up to warm yourself?
So,
Uh,
what if you light it up and throw it far away in a
Oh,
split second?
actually, you would
then that
light it
doesn't
up.
make sense. Huh.
You would light it up because C4 itself burns, but what the blasting cap is what makes it explosive. So if
No.
you can put a wick inside, damn your
That just
chocolate.
sounded very strange. Don't put your wick inside C4. Okay, just don't do it.
Not
Okay.
stranger than not just the finger, full hand. Okay, I remember the format. You can see for yourself when you rewind.
Call back.
For people watching, this is the last time we're having this panel here, okay, all together.
She
Otherwise,
says
we'll
this
control it.
every time. She says this every time.
I know,
Yes.
I know, I
She's
do, I do.
always said that for me and Vedi.
Okay, let me answer the
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
Let me answer. C4 is very stable. Okay, in fact, the movies have given you the idea that you can shoot a gun into a bullet into C4 and it explodes. It does not. It's a very stable burning explosive, and you can actually light it to give yourself warmth. It is that stable. Okay.
See,
Last
this is not
question.
movies. This is Mumbai police that has given me wrong ideas. Okay. Every time they find C4, they pretend like, they have found a active bomb that's going to kill everybody in a radius that is unimaginable.
I want to know who is finding C4 in India. I thought we're still stuck at RDX.
No, no, C4 is how Bombay bombings happened. The Borivali station and all of that was bombed by C4.
Okay, I would just like to say that please do not set C4 on fire because I said it in this quiz. This is in dire
Wait for
focus.
Sunday when another quiz comes up with it.
Yes. And if you're attending that quiz, then you can
Please
try
set up
setting it on fire.
C4. Yeah. Set a C4 actively on that quiz.
Please don't do this to me, please. For God's sake, I'll go in, you won't. Okay.
I
Last
promise
question.
to come to bail you out.
Okay. Last question. Okay. This is in 1986. How many cows would you have to exchange in Kenya for an AK-47?
15.
What the fuck?
One.
How do you know this? How do you know this?
In 2005, and in 2005 it became 4. I read this day before yesterday or a day before that.
How? Just random.
Also,
I
why are you
on Instagram,
bad
on
question.
Instagram, on
Also,
Instagram.
bad question.
Look at
why
our
are you surprised that
person.
anybody in this nation knows the real value of cows?
That's
First.
also
Okay.
good question.
Secondly, I'm glad that I've been in this quiz journey for so long that now Kajol is asking, would you rather questions as quiz. You're on a date with yourself. You have C4. Would you light it?
But look at the sources of information: games, series, movies, Instagram.
Also, I feel like I need to redeem myself this much and and ask all the audience to go back and see yesterday's video. And when I said bomb chiki chiki bomb, Kajal was the one who laughed the loudest. And now she's banning the answer. So I feel like this is not fair.
Okay. People.
I'm just glad no one guessed Banduk Meri Laila or something like that. So
Or some
people-
single use.
This is normally a serious quiz. It's just that when Vedahi is on a panel with more than two other people, we face difficulties. Anyway, we'll be back on Friday, and Friday it'll be a 10:15 quiz. We'll see how that works. All right.
10:15.
Also, if you want to call shotgun on the next quiz, get on our Telegram.
Nice. Very nice.
Telegram. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye everyone. Bye
The
everyone.
link.
It's all
Okay,
good.
Kajal.
Bye.